Hello, this is the Progressive Cynic, and in this video I will be discussing the Free Flow of Information Act and how it threatens to destroy the freedom of the press in the United States. Now, there is a bill which is incredibly Orwellianly named as the Free Flow of Information Act making its way through the legislature. Over 50 different corporations support it, and I think that it actually has a decent chance of passing sometime in the next few years. Now, I call it Orwellian because the Free Flow of Information Act, one would think, would protect the free flow of information. But in this particular case, the bill only protects the established media's ability to spread information. Now, this bill is intended to shield reporters from revealing sources and to prevent the government from overreaching on media organizations. Unfortunately, it actually takes the extraordinary step of classifying different journalists and media organizations differently. In order for you to be covered as a media organization under this bill, and therefore afforded the freedom of the press, you need to be part of the established media. There are different definitions of this depending on whether it's the Senate bill or the House bill. For the Senate bill, it includes any people who are connected to the media and who regularly report the news. This also excludes self-employed journalists. The House version is even worse. It says that covered persons are people who report for a news organization for financial gain or livelihood. This would exclude, well, both of these definitions would exclude most independent media organizations and bloggers from protections under the freedom of the press. Specifically, this bill was designed to target WikiLeaks, which the government does not consider any sort of media organization. So, if this were to pass, they would have no freedom of the press. Now look, this is a terrible bill, and people may not think about it very hard because it sounds so nice, but you really do need to pay attention here. If this bill passes, then the only media which is afforded the freedom of the press is the establishment media, which has already been captured by the establishment in politics. I mean, there's no good reporting coming out of the corporate media. And this bill would create two tiers of reporters. The establishment, who is protected, and everyone else, who may actually report facts, just gets crushed. Now, in a historical perspective, we see just how extreme and unconstitutional this kind of bill is. Many of our founding fathers actually had self-published works. I mean, the Federalist Papers by Madison, that's a great example. Under this bill, those non-professional journalists would not have their rights protected, and they would not be covered under the First Amendment that they helped write. Look, we need to fight back against this. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. This affects the press, which affects the ability of everyone to gather information and decide how they're going to vote. If you're a Democrat, okay, one day a Republican is going to be in power, and they may crack down on anyone who reports against their crimes. Do you want that? Conversely, if you're a Republican or a conservative, do you really want to give Obama or any other future Democrat the ability to declare your, say, your favorite blogger to not be a journalist and to compel them to reveal all of their sources? Nobody wants this, and we need to stop this bill before it threatens our democracy. Thank you. This has been the Progressive Cynic. Please follow my YouTube channel or visit me at theprogressivecynic.com.